What's going on? We're hopping in here. We're going to talk about now how we can craft some ad copy with our primer that we made, right? So now how we can get to the good stuff. Now you can do way more than just craft copy. I use this for a lot more than that. So I'm super excited to show you that stuff. Right now we're just going to talk about ad copy, getting that going, and exactly how we use it. So I like to use Claude. Claude is it's the stuff that it comes up with in my humble opinion is much better than, let's say, ChatGPT. I know I like to use ChatGPT when it comes to um, like making the primer, but when it comes to actually, you know, getting an output, I like to use Claude. Now I'm just going to move myself over here and so I can click this. Okay. So I don't know if you're familiar with Claude, but Claude allows you to do something, use something called projects if you pay for Claude. So inside of Claude, what you can do is kind of set things up in a pre-existing environment. You can see I got a bunch of stuff in here. I've got a classic copywriter project, so I can go in there and bust out different styles of copy very quickly. I have a Settle style. This is a email copywriter, Ben Settle. I uploaded a bunch of his emails to this, and now I can write emails in his style, but in my tone, just with AI on whatever topic I choose. The example that they give you when you sign up is how to use Claude. So this is it doubles as a how-to guide. You can hop in there, chat with it, learn the best usage of Claude, which is interesting. I found one of the best ways to use Claude is in a role-playing mode. So that's what this sales simulator is over here. It's a role-playing mode where we can get in, we upload our offer, but we can go back and forth and simulate sales calls, right? And really get dialed in. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. We're just gonna hop in and go to, you know, the one of the offers that we created a primer for. So this offer, I got some case studies in here. I have my offer document that has all my price points and has everything that they would need to know. I say they AI, right? It has my primer, okay, that I created for this specific project. So it's got all of my information in here. So what you would do is you can use a project like this if you pay for Claude, or B, you would just upload your file right here, and then you can start talking to it this way. And so you can see the different chats that I've had, and I can go into this chat here, profitable paid ads for school community. And let me just see what this is because I don't really know. So this is about creating content. So we're going to go back and check out some of these stuff, and then I'll show you how to use it. Compelling Twitter style ad copy, crafting compelling ad copy for your offer. So this is kind of what we're going to look at, right? So I want you to see how we're doing this. So I need 5 variations of ad copy related to my offer. So I've already uploaded the offer, everything, it knows everything about it, right? I've uploaded everything you need to know about the offer. I need 3 long form variations that are 1,200 to 2,000 characters long that vary in angles related to my offer, along with 2 short form variations that are 350 to 1,000 characters long. They should also vary in difference at a glance, so I don't want this stuff looking the same, right? I say write these in a caring, intimate tone. You're an expert marketer that will be sincere and concerned about our prospects. Our goal is to get them to understand what we understand their problem, that we understand their problem, and we can solve their problem. The ad is only meant to get them to the VSL. I've uploaded the transcript and the project details. So this was for a VSL we were running for, I believe, ourselves. And here's the stuff that it came up with. Boom. So it comes up with long form 1, long form 2, long form 3, and so on and so forth. And what I like about Claude is it has this thing called artifacts, where it will separate them into documents for you. This Claude can write code, it can create spreadsheets, it can do math. I mean, this thing is legit. But most importantly, I love the user friendliness of this. And so if I were to click this now to the right, you'll see I can have this dual mode. I mean, I love it. If you're familiar with Claude, you know what I'm talking about. So I can look at this document here. I can actually come in here and highlight something here and say, oh, I don't actually like this, and you can improve it, right? So that's pretty cool. But I separate them into documents, and then I say now I need 5 hot headlines, and now it knows it needs to put it in documents for me so it can be organized. And boom, gives me the 5 headlines, and then I ask if it can make images, but it can't. So I said, well, then give me prompts so that I can go to DALL-E and get some images, right? So it does that, and then I said, well, hey, give me some targeting that even though I already have it in my primer, I'm saying, hey, just pull it out for me. I don't need to go in there and read it. So boom, gives me a bunch of those. I said, now give me 30 books with all that stuff's in there. If you remember, we created the primer, right? So boom, it just pulled it out for me. I said, okay, great. Can you explain this section to me in more detail? And I don't know what I was asking here at this point because really just don't know, right? So okay, so it's just explaining to me what's going on, and at that point, I guess I was just trying to go down a rabbit hole that I didn't know. So I got my copy, uh, and that's kind of how we use the projects inside of Claude. Now, you don't have to take this for what it is. You can go in there and you can say, okay, well, this is good, but I don't really like this. Or a good thing that I like to do, speaking about like role playing, is saying, okay, poke holes in this like you're one of my prospects. What about this makes it unbelievable? Or what about this causes skepticism? And they'll be like, oh, okay, boom, and it'll give you some advice, and then you can say, okay, well, implement that. So you can go back and forth with Claude until you are satisfied with some of the angles that you're coming up with. You can scratch the angles if you don't like them. You can guide Claude in the right direction to get this basically the way that you want it, right? And making your offer sound super appealing, and at the same time not being too skeptical and all those things. So it's a great tool to use. This is exactly how we craft our ad copy for our high ticket clients. We'll get these ideas, and obviously we put our spin on it. But we highly leverage AI to get the angles and to get the gist of the copy, so that we're not racking our brains over it, and we can just kind of edit and do that very well on the fly. So with this now, you'll have the same capabilities of really just going in and crafting professional ad copy. Um, I highly recommend that you use Claude to do this because the output's going to be so much better when it comes to this conversational direct response marketing style of ad copy that we're looking for. So I'm excited to see some of the results that you guys come up with. Post your stuff inside the community so we can take a look at it, and I'd love to give you some feedback on it. So we'll see you in the next video. Hopefully this was of some value. We'll talk soon. Peace.